Hi there, back again with another update on the garden. As you can see, Speedy the tortoise is still there, looking slightly weathered, and a bit of moss growing on the side of him there. But yeah, he's still looking after my vegetables. So what's new today? I've got this apple mint plant that somebody gave me. Smells nice. Apparently they grow quite wild, so I thought I'll give that a go. Just had it in a container with water, so I've planted that out now. I don't know whether it's going to survive in the winter because we're sort of heading towards mid-September now. In fact, I've dug up a couple of the potato plants. I'll show you in a minute what I got out of the ground on that. It wasn't a bad effort actually, because this year I decided I was going to put a bit of compost with the soil, and then I topped it off with a bit of compost after I had put the plants in the ground. My broad beans, they're starting to look a bit sad now. I kind of ran out of sticks to support them. Sorry about the traffic noise, it's kind of rush hour now, so a bit busy on the main road behind me. Yeah, they're all suffering with what they call rust, which is a type of fungus. Apparently if you plant them too close together and they get too much moisture, this is what happens, and this rust is just making its way up the plants. And I've also found quite a few slugs today because we've had some rain overnight, so they're also climbing in on the action and chewing up the leaves on stuff now. I've had quite a few broad beans off these plants, quite a few meals so far, and they were really tasty. I tell you what, I've never tasted broad beans like that in my life. They were fantastic. So I've still got a couple of potato plants here. I see one of them down there. That one's dried out, so I'll dig that out next, but I don't need more at the moment. Got enough for probably 2 meals now that I dug out today. I did quite well with it. I didn't bother with the tire method. I didn't bother to build up the soil much around them. Just basically let them grow and just to see what happens, and yeah, done alright out of it. So yeah, there's not many broad beans left on there really, because I've picked literally hundreds of the things. Just shelled them and eaten the beans. Apparently you should not throw any of this in the composter when you've got this rust, because the fungus lives on through the compost and in the soil, and then you're going to be stuck with the same problem the following year. So this is the first time I've grown broad beans. I planted them a bit close together, I guess, because they're about a foot apart. As you can see, there's the roots for the one, and there's the other, and there's the next one. So yeah, maybe I planted them a little bit too close together. So next time I shall try and plant them a bit further apart. I'll probably put them in a different bed so that hopefully I don't get this rust fungus on them. It's quite bad, as you can see on some of those. But yeah, the moisture doesn't get a chance to evaporate or whatever apparently. I was just looking online, did a bit of research on that, didn't even know what the hell it was. Slugs, as I say, they've been hammering the stuff. That's also why I planted the potato plants on the outside as like a defense for my bean plants. Now these French dwarf bean plants, you can see the leaves are getting quite dark now because it's late in the season, whereas when they're younger the leaves are a lighter green. Those also look like they've got that rust fungus on them, and they say you shouldn't put any of that in the composter, as I mentioned earlier, and bean plants in any case they say is not a good idea to put in there, so I'll just dispose of those. You're supposed to burn them or whatever. I'll just bin those with the green waste. And the roots, you basically just leave them in the ground. There's one here which broke off because there were so many branches shooting off, like with this one for instance, and it just puts a lot of strain on the stem. So I kind of ran out of stakes to put in the ground to hold them up. So that one broke off, but I've had lots and lots of beans off these. There's still more on there. I've been eating the things practically every day, and wow, They're nice and fresh and so full of taste. It's unbelievable. To grow your own vegetables is nothing like it. So yeah, there's still some potato plants there, and I'm just noticing on this one it's starting to grow. I don't know what these are. I don't know whether those are potatoes or that's the actual fruit or something that grows on them. You know, this is all new to me, second year of growing stuff and that, so I don't know, because there's more on the other one on this side. I don't know what these things are. I'll have to do a bit of research online and find out what the story is with those. Don't know whether there's seeds or something inside there. I'm not sure. Yeah, and then the other thing is the sunflower seeds, which are all on their own at the back here. The sunflower plants, I mean. There were seeds when I planted them, obviously. They're right next to the fence. So there is a few. That one kind of dried out. I don't know if there's any seeds inside there. I don't think so. It didn't mature enough. And then there's that one there. I don't know if I got the camera angle right. But yeah, they didn't do too bad. They didn't grow that tall, but I think they were kind of a bit too close to the broad bean plants. So they were just free seeds I was given, and I thought I'll just try them and see. Sunflower seeds always nice to put in the cereal in the morning. Still, that butternut plant is kind of still alive, but I think that's going to die out soon. That I just found growing somewhere else in the garden and just transplanted it, but butternuts don't seem to do well in this garden for some reason. So yeah, that tangled mess there is the rest of the potato plants, which I'll be digging out soon. I'll probably do a final video next time, and I'll see if I can charge up the battery for the GoPro so I can put it on with the chest strap while I'm digging out the spuds, so you can see what's going on with that. No other progress in the garden so far. That's all for next year, the bits of pallets and making new beds and all that. I'm busy still composting stuff, been collecting grass and stuff for the composter, and somebody has also started collecting stuff for me on their allotment and composting it, so hopefully I'll be able to fill a couple of the new beds next year. So yeah, some kind of green beetle here. I don't know what the hell that is. That's probably munching away on the leaves as well. There's spiders, there's all sorts going on at the moment. This time of the year you get a lot of spiders. I don't know if you can pick up, there's a spider web or cobweb there. There's the actual spider in action. So yeah, stuff's under attack. This broad bean plant's still got a flower on there, so I don't know whether I'm going to get any more beans out of it. You can still eat them when they're brown like that with this fungus on the outside of the pods. As long as they haven't gone into the actual beans on the inside, they're still fine to eat. I did have a couple the other day which were too far gone. It was on the actual beans and I just chucked those out. So yeah, that's my broad bean jungle. And yeah, I think I'll wrap it up for now. That's just an update on the garden for those that are interested on how it's going. And like I say, had plenty of nice fresh veg this year. Broad beans, green beans, fantastic. And now some potatoes, which I'm going to chuck in the pot, making a nice poiky course. A meal that you cook in a cast iron pot. All your meats and vegetables and everything in one pot, and it's very, very tasty. So spuds are going to go in there. Speaking of the spuds, I'll just show you the ones that I dug out. These are from the one plant, so that's not too bad, and those are from the other plant. Nice big one there. You know, I've got quite big hands, and that almost fits in my hand, so that's a decent size. And I grew these from sort of smallish, that's about an inch, 5 centimeters. That was the size of the potatoes that I grew these from. So, you know, that must be about 10-12 centimeters across. So I was quite surprised with that. It's the biggest spuds that I've ever grown. So yeah, that's my collection of spuds. which will probably do me for a couple of meals now. So I didn't want to sort of do the digging out of the ground video. It takes a bit long. I might do that on the next one. Anyway, hope that you enjoyed the video and that you all stay safe and well, and until next time, bye bye for now.